Check.
What did you see out of Luis today? What was he able to do to be so effective?
He had solid fastball command and had, somewhat command of his breaking ball, and I mean, he held his velocity. That's the best velocity he's had all year. So there's obviously a little bit of ticked offness in there. I loved it. It's great. It was sitting, still touching 92 in the 8th, and that's what it should be like every time out, with that sense of urgency. So that's what we need the rest of the year.
He's kind of fought that off-speed stuff all year, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of being, developing as a starting pitcher. When you're pitching late in games as a closer, you kind of, everybody's a little more aggressive. There's more anxiety, and you tend to, feast on that. But you have to be able to glove strike off-speed pitches as a starter, and he's struggled to do that. He did a little bit today with his breaking ball, but didn't get himself in a ton of trouble with his fastball, which was good. So it's an encouraging sign.
You mentioned Luis was a little ticked off. Do you think?
I don't know if he was. I'm just assuming. I don't have any idea.
Do you think the team might have let out a little frustration this weekend, especially offensively?
I don't know. You're overanalyzing that stuff. I don't even look at that. I'm serious. Just look at a game today. Did we play all right? Yeah, I mean, we put together a decent weekend, but leave a little bad taste in your mouth at the end when we have a couple guys not ready to play, and it's just it's unacceptable. But yeah, we got to focus on finals now and find a way to kind of play like we did earlier on this weekend the rest of the way.
You've talked about getting off faster starts though, and wanting to see that. I mean, you did in all 3 games. Did you see guys more dialed in from the get-go than you have in the past?
I thought they looked relaxed. I think they were more under control. I mean, we've had a couple times where we've gotten up to some leads, but then another part of our game falls apart. But when you're ahead, you can be more relaxed, and I think that overall it was solid. We didn't hardly walk anybody the whole weekend, and played somewhat respectable defense. When you're not giving free passes, you got a chance to win, and that's I'm not making that up. That's how it's always been. But we've just shot ourselves in our own foot pretty much all season. So we're going to have to do what we did this weekend the rest of the way.
Talked a lot about trying to find the right buttons to push with this group. I don't know, did you find something this weekend that might help you moving the rest of the way?
I don't. It's a non-conference weekend. Is the anxiety levels the same as it is for conference? I saw a more relaxed team. So, you remind them of when you get to be, at this point where you're, the games in their minds maybe don't mean as much, and they calm down. So you can't, I go back to, you can't let who you're playing or the situation affect how you go about your business. You go about it, whether it's Tuesday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. And this group, I haven't been able to get that across to this group, and we've been really good in our time being here of treating every game exactly the same. But for whatever reason, we put there's some level of more stress on them in certain games, and I haven't been able to crack that code yet.
Do you have an update on Angelo?
Angelo had surgery last night till about 2 o'clock. He has a fractured part of his jaw. They had to, I mean, it looks like an erector set in his mouth with how much metal's in there, putting those teeth back together, stitches on his lip. I mean, it's just I feel awful for him. That being said, he's up and moving around, and there's a chance if we can find him some kind of a mask that he might be available next weekend. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not pretty looking, I'll tell you that.
With the lower third of that lineup today, I mean, it seemed like guys were getting on base maybe more than you guys have in that part of the order.
We put a bunch of different people down there too, and I thought they all kind of took advantage of their opportunities, which was good. And from a number standpoint, you look at it and it's not looking like the odds are in our favor that you're going to be able to turn that lineup over. But they did a really nice job, worked some walks, executed a hit and run down there, and just found a way to get a few hits. But it's what we need to do is turn the lineup over with guys on base, and they did a nice job of that all weekend.
Do you consider leaving Luis out there for the ninth?
No. I mean, if it would have been a shutout or something, maybe. But he's at 95, 96 pitches in there, and it's like, it's one of those things where you want to have him leave on a good note, and you wanted to get some of those other guys some work. Apparently, it didn't look like they were ready to get work, but it's a good learning lesson for a couple of those young pups.
Thanks.